It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Half.
SMS Pulse 95.
We want to hear from you. 4215 anytime.
Pulse 95, it's Yalla Home. Welcome to Yalla Home. 3 hours of chaos right through till 8 o'clock tonight, starting now.
100%.
Yes.
I think she nailed it. It is chaos. It is organized chaos, though,
Yeah,
I think, because we
absolutely.
have things that we are in front of us, so we're organized that way.
But
A
we
lot of
could
things-
go left at any time.
See, that's why you get me, fam. Ain't nobody stopping the Yellow Home team. Peace and love to everybody tuning in. I hope you're well. I hope you're blessed. Coming up in the show, we're definitely going to give you some COVID-19 updates and a look at the global kind of headlines, what's going on.
Yep.
What else are we going to talk about, Anna Schofield?
We're going to talk about something. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, no, I did see that.
Yeah?
So there is a drug called Remdesivir. That one.
Okay.
And this apparently helps with COVID-19.
Okay.
It's one of the drugs that has been seriously used across the planet. And America's bought all of it right through till the end of September.
Okay, just to clarify and notify you guys that in no way, shape, or form you should use anything without consulting with a doctor.
Oh my goodness,
out of,
yeah.
Out of the block, of course.
But this is used by hospitals, but no one else in the rest of the world is going to be able to get any because
Yeah.
it's an American pharmaceutical firm and they've done a deal with America and America's bought it all. Just saying. So we'll be talking about that.
Of course, also our halftime show, Amr Duria, has provided us with Wara Anab, which I'm trying to explain what Wara Anab is in English. And I think it's like, yeah, you know what it is. Wara Anab, Anna. And Anna's going to try it on air. Obviously, his lovely mother, has prepared this.
Yeah.
And I love Wara Anab. It's actually my top 3 food of all time.
And
So,
he said it's his mum's speciality.
very critical about it, you know?
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
love
gonna
it.
be
It's like-
harsh, right?
Oh,
Okay.
Of course. It's like
Okay.
one of my favorite, and I've tasted the best.
Oh.
So let's see. But the way
This
he
is
packaged
Algeria.
it, though...
You better look lively because it has to be evil.
We're going to review that.
Oh, we're
live.
reviewing it.
The way he said to me, though, because there's different ways to do it. So there is the Palestinian way, there's the Lebanese way. I think with this one, it's a Saudi/Egyptian way, which is interesting. Never had one of those.
We've got a combo.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm so in. I've got it in front of me. I mean, a whole carton. There's like a load of them.
Yeah, really good.
And so we're going to try it on air.
This is what we call like home food, soul, for the soul. Really good.
Okay.
It's not something that you take away or something. It's like they put their passion, their love in what they're making, and it brings so much memories, So
What
thank
does
you
the
for
smell? Is it evocative
the
for
smell,
you, childhood?
the way they do it. Obviously,
Yeah.
we'll tell you more about it, but it's really amazing. What else, Anna Schofield?
Let's talk about Apple's iPhone 12 because they're now
12.
talking about selling it without headphones, a charger, or a plug adapter in the box, which means that Apple now want to make money from accessories.
Oh.
And that's kind of what they're discussing. So let's talk about that because, Apple is constantly finding new ways to get people to buy.
Yeah. Also, this just in, apparently Air Jordan, Dior made a kind of collaboration, and the shoe cost 8,000 dirhams.
Which I think is perfectly fine.
Yeah, Satir. Let's go. We're going to talk about that. This is Ghali and Soul King.
It's fine.
This is Jennifer. Music Grace as well coming up. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love. Buckle up. Pulse 95.
Yeah, la vie est belle quand tu souris. T'es dans ma tête comme une mélodie. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Je ne suis plus un voleur. Je n'ai volé que ton cœur car il a trop de valeur. Tous mes straps, c'est des mafias. C'est pour ça que tu es méfiante. Elia, fais-moi confiance. Elia, tu n'es plus une fillette. Mon bébé, ich liebe dich, wallah. Ensemble, on va faire beaucoup de moula. Ich liebe dich, wallah. Ensemble, on va faire beaucoup de louja. Piccola, c'est la mia. Piccola, c'est ma petite. Piccola, c'est la mia. Piccola, c'est ma petite. Oh, neri, 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 neri. Baby. So many jalousés. Cognon. Oh, neri, 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 neri. Walesh. Jennifer. I love you. Oh, neri, 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 neri. Baby. So many jalousés. Cognon. Oh, neri, 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 neri. Walesh. Jennifer. I love you. خويا اندمونياتو عنده جنون خويا قراح شالو تروحو قولوا لولو صلع زولو حطوا لك الفودو في البخوخ Vibra como un Nokia, exo culo con mio flow Trema le ginocchia quando passa il Robocop Mi presenta sto papà, io c'ho gli occhi come Brooke Figaro, Joe ba, ma non hablo espagnol Se vuoi contarmi i rasta, che in testa Andiamo a casa, ora basta, la fiesta Bonita, oh Piccola, c'est ma petite. Piccola, c'est la mia. Piccola, c'est ma petite. Oh, nari, 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 nari. Baby, so many, many jalousies. Cogno. Oh, nari, 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 nari. Walesh. Jenny, 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 Jennifer. I love you. Oh, nari, 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 nari. Baby, so many, many jalousies. Cogno. Oh, nari, 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 nari. Walesh. Jenny, Jenny, Jennifer. I love you. Jenny, Jenny, Jennifer. Dis-moi ce que je dois faire. Pour toi j'arrête les affaires. Jenny, Jenny, Jennifer. Jenny, Jenny, Jennifer.
This is Pulse 95
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
with Anna Schofield.
And Big Cass.
Totally true. And we're here live through till 8 o'clock. Nice having you with us this afternoon. Hope it's a hot one. Really is. And hazy out there. Take care. Let's do the wrap up of what's going on globally in the news at the moment and also locally. In fact, let's start locally. You go first, Hans.
We're going to start locally. I'll tell you what, I can't believe we didn't mention this in the top. We are 1st of July.
I know.
You understand what that is.
Yes, it's the 1st of the month, darling.
How did it go, fam? Like,
What?
June was like just gone by so quick.
I suppose it has, hasn't it? You sound like Michael Jackson then.
Oh.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Bubbles.
But that's bubbles. No, but this is crazy. Like today, I woke up. Like obviously, like it's 1 July, 1st of July. It's great. Did you
the
feel
whole
June?
year's been a washout, isn't it?
So that's one. Second thing is like people were talking today. Oh my God, just kind of went quick, but they're kind of stuck in February because
Yes.
obviously
Nothing's happened.
Your mind is
Nothing's
like
happened since
it's like,
February.
what happened?
Yeah.
And it is crazy. So far, we don't have the updates for today, but we're gonna get them across. We're with you guys until 8 p.m. If we get anything, we'll definitely let you know. The total cases in the UAE as far of yesterday, 30th of June, is 48,667, with 37,566 cases being recovered, which is really, again, amazing to hear. We talked about this. About 78 or 79% of the people who got infected actually got also recovered.
Okay.
We have to talk about this, the total death, just to be, also talking about that, because we got to mention yesterday that it's something that we don't like to talk about, but the 315 have sadly, passed away due to the COVID-19.
Yeah.
So out of 48,667, 315, individuals have left us. And again, it's definitely sad. May Allah rest in peace for all those and help the people who are struggling and give them, some sort of light, to pass through this. But something interesting, Anna, this pandemic has also, and we talked about this with many people across, we talked about it with Mr. John Briggs,
Yep.
we talked about it, me and you, how it's affecting mentally. Like that
huge.
mental effect and the anxiety coming in from a pandemic.
And anxiety is the word, and that's the one that is being bandied around amongst friends of mine. I do find it more so with my friends who are living alone than my friends who have families.
Sure.
There's more anxiety from people who have had to do this
Or
alone.
living solo.
Yeah.
But also even
Yeah.
people with family. I know that for a fact. It's creeping up on them because of many things. One thing, what I want to talk about is okay, let's say because they keep saying that you don't have no symptoms, but you can still be a carrier. So even that is giving anxiety to people, like, hey, stay away from me, or don't do this, like a husband and wife, for example. Don't even come close.
Yeah,
or
I don't
do
have
this.
experience of that. I don't have friends who are going to those extremes.
I do, and it's crazy. Like, and yeah, because they have the anxiety for it. So it started with the
Right.
anxiety. It started off with, hey, this is crazy. What do you mean? Like, people are letting go. People are, wow, 10 million people plus.
Yeah.
So it gets anxiety. And then, obviously, for someone who is not suffering from anxiety, you're not going to be able to understand what these guys are thinking.
No.
And you're going to be like, what do you mean? Like, if I'm not sick, then I can't. But hey, so it's
No, well,
tricky.
actually, on that note, my anxiety doesn't come from, funnily enough, the illness itself. So my anxiety rests in watching my friends have salary cuts, watching people lose jobs.
Which is a result of that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the economy crashing that is giving me more anxiety now. I don't know what that says about me, but we, my family and I locked ourselves in.
Yeah,
And so
you
you get
did.
over the first kind of couple of weeks and you go, right, we're okay. So let's stay. And even to the point where I said to my nanny, look, you're coming in every day. You're here all the time. we're not going anywhere, all right, Nilu? And she was like, yeah, I'm in. And so
Got
the
you.
6 of us just bunkered down and we stayed safe. So then we were safe in our unit.
True.
You know, one person went out to get the shopping, but the children didn't leave. It was all very much like that. But watching the world fall apart around us, watching,
gives you-
yeah, and of course I've got lots of expat friends.
Yeah.
I've just had 3 of my friends who are pilots, 2 at Fly Dubai and 1 at Emirates.
Cut and let go.
2 at Emirates actually. They've been cut and let go. They'll be leaving the UAE in the next month.
You know what's sad about that? Just a quick note, and shout out to all the pilots out there.
Yeah.
There was a couple of messages that I've seen saying that pilots are also underappreciated because people think that the only thing they can do is fly a plane. And okay, that's absolutely right.
Right.
But there's other things that they can do, you know, whether it's like other work. So it's very sad and hard to be they put in a situation.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, we work in radio, but you know, I have experience in, for example, emceeing.
Yes.
Or you have
Yeah.
experience in voiceover.
Yeah.
So it's not only just radio.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's so hard when you're boxed in a position, and
Yeah.
if there's no job as a pilot, which is a very difficult job to get. Imagine a pilot. You need
Yeah.
to. You know, I wanted to be a pilot. I flew 8 hours of plane.
Did you? Did you?
I went to
It's
South
expensive
Africa.
training, isn't it?
Exactly, that's what
You
happened.
have
That's
to
what stopped me.
pay.
Went to at that point it was South Africa and Jordan. Jordan
Wow.
is the top Arab country to learn flying.
Right.
South Africa is top in the world.
I didn't know that.
Top
Okay,
in the world,
interesting.
but it was so expensive to
Yeah,
get it,
it's
and I had to do
probably-
the operation for the eye because back then they wouldn't allow me to do it with glasses. That's back then,
Interesting.
like that was like 17, 18 years ago.
Right,
But
right,
I flew 8 hours of plane.
But also, it's always felt very secure being a pilot. I mean, it's a secure job.
Truth,
Right?
so
Once
it's
you were
very-
with the company, but of course, there's been no planes in the air.
Yeah.
And finally, the companies. And one of the things they have done, some of the companies here in the UAE, they've said we're not firing you. We're going to release you for 12 months.
Okay.
So there's no pay whatsoever. You're just kind of, and that's the furloughing. Do you remember we talked about the term furloughing?
Yeah.
So they furloughed quite a few. Because, of course,
Yes.
in a year's time, when we are flying, they will need their pilots
You know
back,
it-
but they have to survive. And
Yeah, 100%, Anna. And you know, it's really hard. Again, we talked about this before. And again, guys, we're kind of talking about like the whole pandemic and the effects. The NBA is going to come back at the end of the month. The reason a lot of people were against it and with it. But if you're with it, you have to realize that there's so many people that are not players, the workers, the people who clean the arenas.
yeah.
If the NBA doesn't come back, these guys who have low salaries
And it's
have
the
no
same
job.
everywhere, yeah.
So it is.
Look at all the cabin crew.
See?
And they
So-
got, they got laid off as well. So look,
Think about it. It's not
horribly
only
worrying-
about you. It's about also the humanity and how we all
Everyone
face it.
around
So
us.
it is definitely crazy. The most important thing I think, and I think you agree with that, is with you're healthy, you have your family around you. I think that's a time where you can reflect. But
Yeah.
quickly, what's going on globally? If we can touch
I'm
on
going to
that.
be so quick because I know we've been chatting for ages. This is what Hass and I do. If you're just joining Yalla Home, this is how we roll. But we do play good music as well.
We do.
Hong Kong is going absolutely nuts. There's a
Oh.
controversial new security law, and as a result, people are getting arrested all over. If you want to investigate in that, it's properly out there. Some coronavirus news. They're talking about immunity levels. This is the new conversation piece. I don't know whether you've sort of read some stuff about it. They're saying actually immunity levels are higher than antibody tests suggest. So this is good. Yeah, this is a new study that they've done, and that's what they're claiming. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Over in the US, we're actually going to talk about it in a minute, but the US has bought up almost the entire world's supply of a coronavirus drug that
Very
actually
thoughtful of
has
them.
been helping other patients in the UK and everywhere else across Europe, and there will be no more of it. That is a controversial decision.
It is.
And they're also saying, obviously, then reflecting on Trump making this deal, it's a warning over the future vaccine because countries will do that too.
Oh.
So there could end up being a vaccine that then countries fight over and no one shares it. Having worked together to actually, take care of this pandemic, we could actually end up all fighting each other.
كلام كبير هذا.
And on that happy news,
Yeah.
let's play some music.
Definitely. That's كلام كبير though. Big talk. Mustafa from Sudan. Stay alive. Blessings and peace to everybody tuning in. Pulse 95, Yellow Home. We're going to be right back.
I got a Glock 45. I've been going God, fam. I've been rolling with some Yemenese kids.
A bottle of lean, a gun in your jeans, and a little faith in me. A plane in the sky, the only starlight on this never-ending street. The cameras in cops with good open stars on our mother's new screens. On our mother's new screens. All of these tribes and all of these street towns, but I'll be your empire. Just stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
I've been trying to keep my cool, fam, before I lose it.
These colors and flags, the sweat on your back, you're doing what you can. Pride in your hand, a price on your head, you can never let them win. Just put down that bottle, tell me your sorrows, I care about you, fam. I care about you, fam, oh, oh. All of these tribes, and all of these street sounds, none of them will be yours or mine, but I'll be your empire. Just stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
For me, I'm just trying to keep my head above water, fam.
And if they take it all away, our freedom in our hearts and that glow in your face, I'll remind you who you were before it changed. All of these tribes and all of these street signs, none of them will be yours or mine, but I'll be your empire. Just stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
For me, I'm just trying to keep my head above water, fam.
Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
And we're here live through till 8 o'clock. Nice having you with us. All right, I thought that was a completely different song and it threw me off. Completely threw me off. Anyway, let's talk about the US buying up almost the entire world's supply of the COVID-19 drug that they're currently using. Yeah, this is a thing.
It's not me, I swear it's the computer.
Just really
I don't know what's
just having an
happening.
adverse
Yeah.
reaction to the behaviour.
Weird.
Yeah, nothing to do
But
with
tell
us.
us, I mean, seriously talking, what does that mean?
Okay, there's a drug called Remdesivir.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that looks like what it is. So this is produced by an American pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
So the US government have gone to the US pharmaceutical company and gone, right, how many stocks can you make from now through to the end of September? And they've gone, okay, if we push it, this is the maximum, this is all we can do. So America then paid for that. Yeah. So they then bought it. So right through to the end of September now, that company cannot supply anyone else because they are literally at full capacity. Now, the worst thing about this is a new drug and it's under patent. So no other pharmaceutical company at the moment can copy the drug or supply anyone with the drug because it would be breaking the patent laws. So what they've actually done is completely monopolized the remedy for COVID-19 for Americans.
I mean, it says here this medicine was developed, to kind of treat Ebola.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
produced almost like you said that by US,
Yeah.
but then it has been priced at $2,340, $1,892 per patient.
In wealthier nations. Yeah, of course. Why do you think pharmaceutical companies are so rich and so wealthy?
A medicine that's cost $2,000.
Of course, because what they do is they come up. Remember, they've spent a lot. What you have to remember is they've spent a lot developing and finding out that there is this antidote. It doesn't come for free. They have got the best doctors in the world working in a lab going, right, we're testing this, we're testing this. They come up with a remedy. Let's call it, Panadol. They come up with Panadol. They come up with antibiotics. They're the only people that can make the antibiotic. They've discovered it. They've spent XYZ on doctors
So
for
much
3
for
years.
humanity. So much for cleaning the world.
But why do you think governments are always in cahoots with the pharmaceutical companies?
That's why I didn't
And
say
we
it,
know-
she said it.
They are. They operate together. I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to say as a disclaimer that I'm not saying that the UAE government probably is. I think it works differently. But definitely, as a UK person,
hear
I
you.
can say that about my UK government. And they have to...
Look, I mean, on a serious note, you're right. But $2,000, right? Like that's a, you know?
But it does say in wealthier nations.
What does that mean even?
It means that they'll sell it cheaper to countries who can't actually afford that. But if they know that a country can. So the US has bought the whole thing. What this then is a bigger argument, because if the US has bought up 90% of all stocks of this drug, so this drug, that means no other hospital on the planet can access this drug for anyone else who has COVID-19. Does that not mean that other people are going to start fighting for the drug? And when the next sort of drug that comes up that can help COVID-19, countries are then going to fight for that. And suddenly we are all fighting against one another rather than sharing it out. Do you see what I mean?
Actually, I see, but I don't understand.
So
I'm going to be honest with you.
If it's so a UAE pharmaceutical company go, oh, we've got a drug that's better than this remdesivir.
You know what the EU would do? Probably give it for free for everybody. That's what the EU would do.
But they operate differently.
Yeah.
But in theory, they could go, right, well, America, you did what you did, and we need to protect our people, so we're going to keep it all here. So then if everyone starts operating like that, gone.
Jungle.
Yeah, it's warfare.
Georgia, the jungle.
So it's a really bit, but I mean, America's being criticised for this
Of course.
deal.
Yeah.
And everyone's a bit like, really? Really?
Yeah.
The next 3 months, there will be no supplies. This is a direct quote. America will take the drugs and we won't have access to them. That's widely known now across the UK and Europe. There's nothing they can do about it. It's been bought.
I mean, not to sound too controversial, but obviously the COVID-19, situation, it's a pandemic, affected 10.1 million plus right now and counting. Over, 500,000 people passed away.
Yeah.
This is a pandemic in every single way.
Yeah.
But also, like, do you think that a medicine will stop it? Do you think this vaccine will stop it? Do you think this antibody, whatever they want to call, is, to stop it?
Well, antibodies are just your own immunity going, I'm going to fight it. So I think what they're trying to do is understand whether these antibodies do work. So if you've got antibodies against COVID-19 and that stops you getting COVID-19, happy days, you don't need drugs, move on. Get out of
again, just to
here.
clarify,
So
me and Anna are coming in from a personal perspective. We have no relation to medicine and
no experience
and doctor, no
whatsoever.
experience. This is just a personal kind of talk.
Personal banter.
Yeah, personal.
That's my
personal
understanding.
Banter. Get it? Yeah.
But of course, it's all unproven, by the way.
Of course.
There's nothing categoric yet. And so even if you do have these antibodies, which exist against COVID-19, it doesn't mean that they haven't said, oh, you won't get it. They actually are very careful to say, we're not sure. So you have to be aware of that.
It's kind of tricky. And the situation in America right now where the leader of the country is saying no need to wear masks and the people around him wear masks and the team, there's a lot of kind of tension right now between the team, the doctors of the team. They haven't got to meeting together in the past 2.5 months. They haven't done this
he won't do
weekly
it.
meeting.
No.
And it's kind of really crazy. So people are saying do mask, not to wear a mask. And now this is the headline, you guys, a potential medicine or a drug that will stop kind of COVID-19. 90% of it has been actually gone to the United States of America.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's causing chaos in internal politics. I'm just reading about it. But yeah, that's Trump for you.
Let's sway a little bit right here. This is Dean Martin with Sway. We're going to be right back. Window rhythm, window, Pulse 95. Window.
Wow.
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway like a lazy ocean sky the shore. Hold me close, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, as you have a way with me, stay with me and sway with ease. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence long before it begins. Make a chill as only you know how. Sway me smooth and sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have I can hear the sounds of violence long before it begins. Make a chill as only you know how. Sway me smooth and sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence long before it begins. Make a chill as only you know how. Sway me smooth and sway me now. Make a chill as only you know how. Sway me smooth and sway me now. Sway me now.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
SMS Pulse 95.
We want to hear from you. 4215 anytime.
Always one of the best hours of the show because it contains the music greats, and if I play it right and I get Hass on a good vibe, it's super fun. That's coming up in this hour on Yalla Home on Pulse 95.
What else was coming up, Anna? We're talking about the iPhone 12.
Yeah, we are. Because Apple are turning around and saying, do you know what? I don't think we're going to sell our iPhone 12 with headphones or a charger or a plug adapter. You're just buying the phone. And that means they're pushing everyone to the accessories department. How do you feel about that?
Not good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
And lastly, the Sharjah International Book Fair, we have news.
It's gonna go ahead.
It is.
And it's actually been just reported right now that it's sold out.
Unbelievable.
Dope.
Amazing, isn't
You know,
it?
Buddy stopping the Sharjah Fair. Bro, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anna? You see me?
I see
Do you see me on YouTube? What I'm doing right now? No, but seriously, we have a favor to ask from the guys, right, Anna? We have a favor. Do you know about this or no?
Do we?
No idea?
I have no idea.
No one told you about this.
Oh, great. I love being the last to know, especially live on air. It's always delicious to know.
No. We talked about it, Anna, just before the show right now.
Uh-huh.
We want to hear from you. So if you're just listening to us via computer or laptop or whatever it is, driving in the car.
We didn't talk about this.
At Pulse 95 Radio, let us know, tweet us, because we're getting some messages, apparently, and I wanted to talk about this. Someone else was singing the bare necessities other than me.
Oh, you should have said. Yes,
Yes.
that. Yes, definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
Why?
I think anyone's allowed
shout
to
out
sing.
to Sema. No, not allowed to sing it. I was the only one person that can sing this song.
Is it someone from here at Pulse 95?
I don't know who did it. I'm going to talk to Sema.
Why is Sema getting it?
Sema
Why
is the
she-
music. Double R is here. He knows. And he's pretending he's not listening. Double R, if you're listening, why'd you put bare necessities for somebody else other than me? I am the exclusive singer.
Double R, it's all kicking off in here, and I've got the music greats soon. I don't need this.
We love you guys. We salute you at Pulse 95 Radio on YouTube. We're going to be right back. This is Algerian French rapper, singer, artist. His name is Soulking, and he's taking the world by storm. Just averaging 40, 50 million views per song or more. This is a song called Dalida. Beautiful vibe. We're going to be right back with Anna Schofield and the music greats.
It's a goodie. Victoria Beckham, as you've never heard her before.
We're taking over your radio, Pulse 95 Radio.
On ira où la dalle nous mène. Notre histoire on l'écrira nous-mêmes. Elle m'a dit c'est pas pour ton buzz que je t'aime, oui que je t'aime. Et paroles et que des paroles. Ma seule patronne à moi c'est Madara. Ils croyaient que j'étais mort, ils ont dit bon débarras. Heureusement que c'est Dieu qui danse, sinon il nous laisserait nada. Donc j'ai quitté mon village, rêvé d'une vie juste moins minable. Moi j'ai quitté mon village pour plus les entendre me dire que Personne te donnera de l'aide. De toute façon t'es déjà dead. Tu passeras ta vie dans la merde et tes cauchemars remplaceront tes rêves. Personne te donnera de l'aide. De toute façon t'es déjà dead. Tu passeras ta vie dans la merde et tes cauchemars remplaceront tes rêves. Ils font semblant de m'aimer. Moi je fais pas semblant que je les déteste. Je me souviens qu'ils me tournaient le dos parce que j'étais pauvre comme papa. Rajoute de l'argent à ceux qu'on a et on lève à ceux qu'on n'a pas. Dans la mer ils rajoutent de l'eau. Va comprendre. Et si tu meurs de soif, toi, on t'abandonne. Si tu veux que ta vie soit belle, maquille-la toi-même. On veut le monde, on va le prendre. Et puis seul homme, un rêveur parmi tant d'autres. Et mes frères sont des millions. Nos rêves nous vivrons, n'écoute pas ceux qui diront que personne te donnera de l'aide. De toute façon t'es déjà dead. Tu passeras ta vie dans la merde et tes cauchemars remplaceront tes rêves. Personne te donnera de l'aide. De toute façon t'es déjà dead. Tu passeras ta vie dans la merde et tes cauchemars remplaceront tes rêves. Pourquoi ça t'étonne? Les jaloux me seguent. Machallah la légende. Je rentre dans la légende. Pourquoi ça t'étonne? Machallah la légende. Les jaloux me seguent. Hey, hey, hey. Nanani nanana. Nanani nanana. Oh nanani nanana. Nanani nanana. Nanani nanana. Nanani nanana. Oh nanani nanana.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Cass.
Music's greatest songs. Greatest songs. Worth covering. Original classic hitmakers.
Okay, I hope that I'm going to blow your mind a bit with this kind of story. You might actually know of this song when Victoria Beckham had a little bit of a sort of finger dip into a solo career. If you don't know much about it, then sit back and relax, because I have more gossip than Gossip Girl right now about this and what went down at the time. I was in radio in the UK at the time that all these battles were coming out. This is Victoria Beckham's first single as a solo artist.
What? This
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're hearing it playing underneath me. Yes, it's a bit of garage feel. And I was proper garage chick at the time. It's the same time as the Artful Dodger and Craig David launching and all that kind of stuff. I interviewed the True Steppers and Dane Bowers, who are the people behind this track with Victoria Beckham at the time. In fact, I ended up interviewing Dane Bowers in my career 3 times, and one of them was here in the UAE. Can I find the photo? I spent all day trying to find the photo. Actually, the last time he was here, I just sort of took a shot with him. He was in the studio being interviewed by someone else, actually, and I took a shot. But we know each other. We go back. We go way back.
Okay.
So...
Bragging rights?
Bragging rights. I'm not meaning to sound like that, because there's nothing to brag about with Dane Bowers. No, I assure you. Anyone who's from the UK will be going, I don't. No,
Is he
no,
known?
No, not a who,
Okay.
but no, he is known. But I have to
Controversial.
be so careful because I actually think he lives in the UAE.
Okay. Blessings to him.
So, yeah.
So what's the story? Is it really
Proper
her
goss.
first song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Solo career.
Whoa.
So we're
Okay.
talking 2000, 14th of August. Victoria Beckham comes out with this song. It's
Okay.
called Out of Your Mind.
Okay.
In collaboration with Dane Bowers and the garage group True Steppers.
Okay.
No one really knew of True Steppers, but they did know of Dane Bowers for all the wrong reasons. Let me take you to the inside on this one.
This is about to get controversial.
And I'm going to have to, not to be too stupid about it, I'm going to have to hot step through the tulips. If I was in the UK, I could properly spill the dirt on this, but I'll be respectful.
Yalla.
All right, so Dane Bowers at the time had a girlfriend
Okay.
called Jordan. Real
Jordan.
name, a.k.a. Katie Price.
Oh.
This is a very famous
I know Katie Price.
female. Okay.
Yeah.
Katie Price. No one from the UAE. She's
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Okay, she has a very sparky career in the UK. She's known for doing risque stuff, and she's known for kind of being in the tabloid press, lots of photo shoots, lots of outrageous stuff, lots of surgery. And this is kind of her vibe.
Okay.
She used to go out with, who she met on a reality jungle show,
A jungle
mysterious girl, Pete.
Peter Andre.
Yes.
Peter Andre.
Who also at the time
A great
knew.
guy.
Right, no, lovely guy,
Yeah.
just the loveliest guy.
You ever met Peter Andre? Peter Andre.
Yes,
Andre?
don't you remember on a yacht in Yarmouth?
Oh,
Do you
that
remember
one.
me talking about
Wow.
mysterious girl?
This
and
is a
that
very
whole-
nice link. I mean, on a yacht, and then I met Dane Brown and Peter Andre. I know Craig David, Anna Schofield.
No, it's an industry thing though at the time. But anyway, we're not talking about him because Dane Bowers was before Peter Andre.
Okay.
So anyway, Dane Bowers is seeing Katie Price. Victoria Beckham is from the Spice Girls. She comes out. She's married to David Beckham. She's obviously a thing. She's a force field.
Yeah.
This woman. And then you've got Katie Price, who is kind of tabloid sensation for all the wrong reasons. I'm trying to actually think what her skill was, other than being a risque model. I think that's pretty much how she set herself out. I can't think of anything else. So there you have it. Now, rumour has it, well, I know it to be true, but I have to say this. Rumour has it, Dane Bowers and the True Steppers and Victoria Beckham were literally trying to promote this song as much as possible because they wanted to get to #1. They were doing appearances everywhere, and I remember the build-up. And it was hotly anticipated because they were up against Sophie Ellis-Bextor
Oh,
and
wow.
Spiller with
Yeah.
If This Ain't Love.
Of course.
Which I'm going to play tomorrow in the Music Greats to
Nice.
end the week of Big Dance Floor
Nice.
Fillers. They're up against her. And what the press did, which is what they always do, they properly started pitching it, going, Victoria Beckham looks like she's got the lead. Oh, no, Spiller's got the lead. Spiller's song was a better song. Victoria Beckham's very famous. Wherever Victoria went to promote her single, she took David with her.
Okay.
They were signing anything. They were signing everything that moved. You could have
Yeah.
your arm signed. There were cues.
Is it you that told me that Simon Cowell said that Victoria has no voice? Not
Yeah.
to sound harsh, but that's what he said?
No, he did. And they used to
Okay.
turn her mic down when,
Oh, wow.
when she performed live with the Spice Girls. They turned her mic down.
Not a-
She admits that, though. She said, no, they used to turn my mic down. So she could sing out, but you wouldn't hear her.
Interesting.
And but that's a different story what Simon Cowell said after this. And it was after these few years. It was around 2004. Simon Cowell took her aside and went, honey, stop releasing music. No one wants to hear it. They do not want to hear you sing.
That's crazy.
Go to clothes. Everyone wants to see what you're wearing, what handbag you got. And she went, all right. And that's what she did. And notice she's never really sung again.
No,
She
really,
didn't do it
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Because he just kept saying, nobody wants it. There's no appetite for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the goss. So they're promoting this single like crazy. And what apparently happened, Dane Bowers is with Victoria and David in the VIP section of this particular restaurant. And they're also performing there. In walks Katie Price, a.k.a. Jordan. And she's obviously there because she's going out with Dane Bowers.
Yeah.
Upon which Victoria Beckham and her pals started singing Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember that song?
Of course.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out?
Yes.
Ooh.
We got to do that on the Music Greats. Bet you want to hear the story behind that song. Now, apparently she started singing that. Now, you don't pick a fight with Katie Price. She's street. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with her.
All
I'd
this
be
gossip
scared of her.
happened like in the
It
2000s.
was all going on. All
I
of
feel
it
like
going on.
2000s were like peaceful, you know? It's not like nothing like now.
But there were
okay.
press there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Victoria wasn't. She was scathing about Katie Price. And whenever they were in the same room together, It was obviously awful. A few years later, I got to interview Dane again. And he actually came on my show when I had my own breakfast show in the UK. He came on my show and I said to him, can I talk on air about that time when, you know, you were in the... And he went, no, don't mention it. I don't want to talk about Victoria and Katie.
Done.
It really went wrong. It was really bad. And I said, I know. That's why we want to talk about
That's
it.
why
And he went,
radio.
please, this is good radio. And he was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And please don't mention it. So we didn't. Anyway, this was all going on. But the real thing with this song is, you know, they wanted it to be number one. She launched this song in Hyde Park in London.
Wow.
At the time, I'm just going to drop another clanger. I'm sitting behind or just in front of Prince Charles.
Wow.
And the boys, the princes, William and Harry, they were there. Everyone who's anyone is at this thing in Hyde Park.
And they're performing this song?
Yeah, and out comes Victoria and the True Steppers and Dame Bowser's huge gig. It's like 100,000 people in Hyde Park. It's called, you know, I can't remember.
This is crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's a big gig.
I've never heard of this song.
And she performs it for the first time. Immediately, Virgin Records signs her. Immediately, the label went, yeah, we'll take you. And I remember at the time, people going, okay, it's kind of a garagey tune.
Yeah.
Super cool, Victoria, I like it.
Yeah.
And secondly, she can really dance. And when she was dancing with all these dancers on stage, everyone's going, wow, you can really dance. So she got quite good feedback from this particular song. And then there was like this 2 weeks where they were pitching it against Spiller, If This Ain't Love. And when it finally happened, all the money was on Victoria Beckham and Spiller got the gig. And she was number 2. Dame Bowers and her were number 2 to Spiller being number 1. And at the time, that was the big thing. You had to get to number 1. And she'd signed everything. I mean, she must have been exhausted. She was going up and down the length of the country to get this number 1. But it launched her solo career, which lasted for approximately 2.5 years. Before Simon Cowell just went, stop releasing music. There are several unreleased albums that we've never heard.
That's crazy.
She panned a few of them, canned them, and said, I don't want to release them because when she finally heard them back, she didn't like them. She worked with Damon Dash. Do you know Damon Dash?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, she worked a lot with him. His quote about working with her was, well, I saw how much they photographed her, so I just thought, well, I may as well get some profile up. And then, of course, you know, what came out.
That's crazy. But I mean, look, it's also... we can't judge people, I think, based on that. But I see what Simon Cowell from an entertainment perspective, and now she's very successful at what she does in terms of this fashion kind of icon, if you want to call it.
Yeah,
definitely married to one of the greatest footballers of all time,
who was incredibly loyal.
Who was an amazing also human being, and she's a mom, and you know. So I think her story shaped up that way.
I'm just giving you the gossip at the time.
Though, nice.
But the thing is, it was very sort of proper tabloid gossip for poor Victoria, and she was getting a pasting, and all she wanted to do was sing and dance. But actually, the public just didn't want it. So yeah, Simon Cowell kind of rescued her, and now she's the Victoria Beckham that we know to this day. So do you want to hear the song? Let's hear Victoria Beckham doing Garage.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield
and Big House.
It is. It's Yalla Home right through till 8 o'clock. I'm just trying to find the... Yeah, I'm dying to talk about this. Anna Schofield, Big House, here through till 8. Woo!
Taking over your radio, as always. Sharjah's first and only English radio station. Let us talk definitely Apple and iPhone.
Yeah.
And after this link, we're actually going to be playing Dina Starr's. Her track was just released today, and it's called Kill My Summer. We'll talk about it shortly. But tell me more about this iPhone 12 situation.
All right, so you've got the iPhone 12, and everyone's hotly anticipating, la, la, la. But they're actually saying it might be sold without headphones, a charger, or a plug adapter in the box.
Okay.
So
Why is that annoying?
Well, what they're going to do is push to the accessories. You're obviously going to have to buy them as extra. At the moment, when you buy a phone, you get all the gear with it, don't you?
100%.
So if you don't have it, you're going to have to go and get it. So now you're getting the phone, and then you'll have to buy, you know, all the other stuff. You're going to have additions, blah, blah, blah.
I don't make sense, no? I don't know. I'm sure the Future Talk team will talk about it already. They talked about it. It's kind of interesting. Apple could sell the iPhone 12, its first device capable of this 5G situation, without headphones, a charger, or a plug adapter in the box.
Yeah.
So how would you charge your phone? You need to buy a charger.
Well, you need to buy it with.
Or they assume everyone has the charger already.
Well, it's like going for school uniform. And then suddenly they go, and have you got the shoes? And have you got the socks? And have you got everything else? And you come out, you know, it's not just the school uniform. You need the bag. you need the PE kit bag, you need the swimsuit, you know, everything. And I always feel completely ravaged after I've done a school uniform shop because it's never just the school uniform. It's all the other bits that go with it as well. Socks, a certain colour, and, you know. And so I think what's going to happen here is they're going to push to the accessories. People can choose their own accessories. They can choose how and when. And yeah, but will it make the phone any cheaper? That's unclear.
Unclear. No, I don't know what you guys think about this. 4215, it's a lot, you know, and do. But you know what's clear? The fact that our own Dina Stars, who actually lives in Sharjah, nice right there.
Oh, wow.
You know, beautifully said.
Yeah.
So Dina, we've had her on the show. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. She's somebody who I think, I've always said it before, she works super hard. She performs in a lot of, you know, before COVID-19, she's performed in all the Emirates, and she was performing a lot of times during the week. Yeah, and he bless you, fam. And she's somebody with a good work ethic, I believe, an amazing voice. And, you know, me and June love it when artists actually take that step and start releasing original music.
Love.
And
It's
that's,
important.
I mean, this is a song she just released today. It's called Kill My Summer, produced by Bailouni, who's a genius at what he does. It's an electro-pop kind of comeback anthem, she's saying, for anyone dealing with a clingy ex who keeps popping back in your life in seasons. So in this case, summer, you know? So I'm just saying, really interesting. and I think what's amazing about the song when you're going to hear it right now, and I want to hear your feedback because I've had the pleasure of hearing it. And this is the first time we play it on the radio right here today. I want to tell Dina this is going to be hopefully on the rotation. We're going to play the song. So this is the first time we play this song on the radio. Dina Stars, Kill My Summer on Pulse 95 Radio. Peace and blessings. Shout out to Bailouni. Dina Stars, take it away. Kill My Summer. Put up the volume for this one. Shout out Sharjah.
Time of year when I see your name showing up. Cutable tap, wanna get back. Why am I not surprised? You can lie 1,000 times, but it don't make it true. Every year from May to June, I gotta hear the same old news. Cause friends are talking, they see you calling, say you're sorry. Here we go. Hurt you now with someone. Do they think you're still sleeping alone? Asking for my new number. I swear you never changed, just like you had to kill my summer. It's like you had to kill my summer. I swear you never changed, just like you had to kill my summer. Still engaging, but engaged to someone we both knew. Wanna talk facts? Miss me with that. Have you heard the news? Just give it up, had enough. There's nothing new to say. Tell yourself everyone thinks you made a change. Friends are talking, they see you calling, say you're sorry. Here we go. Hurt you now with someone. Do they think you're still sleeping alone? Asking for my new number. I swear you never changed, just like you had to kill my summer. I swear you never changed, just like you had to kill my summer. It's like you had to kill my summer. Would you now with someone? I swear you never changed, just like you had to kill my summer.
It's Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big House.
SMS Pulse 95.
We want to hear from you. 4215 anytime.
Yalla.
It's Yalla Home, and we're live through till 8 o'clock. Anna Schofield and Big Hass here from Sharjah to the rest of the UAE.
the world. From Sharjah to the world.
To the world. You're
Aywa.
right. You're
Aywa.
right. Now we're YouTube, you know.
Anyway,
We're just
YouTube.
everywhere.
You can definitely check us out, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Pulse and SBA for making that happen. You can.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know any other station that's always live on YouTube 24 hours. We're 24 hours on YouTube. All the shows you can see them.
Yeah.
Action. You can
Action. The action, people. It's it's hard and fast. The one thing I would say is I keep forgetting.
Yalla.
And when we were chatting earlier, I noticed that I was leaning back in my chair, had the mic pulled to me, I had my feet up on the thing, and I suddenly went, "Oh, I just remembered we're live on on YouTube." This is not a polite way to sit.
Adi. It's all good.
Okay, well, we're just hanging loose like a lock-necked goose. Right, let's talk about this. 70% of the UAE.
I didn't get that.
It's an English
I
thing.
got it afterwards. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like, goose, loose. What's happening? Gotta loose.
They got a long neck, haven't
Loose.
they?
You know that song?
Loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey. Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, back to UAE employees.
Let's go.
70% of them are reassessing their careers post COVID-19. Companies,
It's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, is it? Companies must evolve flexible working policies, they're saying, to retain and attract the best talent. This is a new study.
Okay.
70% of employees are reassessing their careers and their working practices. And as job markets across the globe absorb the effects of the pandemic, many staff who've worked from home have found that they quite like working from home.
This is what the UK, remember the study we said
Yeah.
yesterday?
I don't
Only
wanna-
6% of the people actually want to go back, maybe because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, it brought the pace of life down a bit, didn't it? Which is good. So I do understand that. 31% of employees surveyed in the UAE are just reassessing the whole work-life balance. 17% want to switch jobs completely, but are unable to do so. And a further 30% are just sort of satisfied and just want to sit tight. What do you feel? Obviously, I wouldn't be too... Well, we're not going to be that... What do you think, Hass, about... I just thought, how do I ask this question and then it be answered?
I'm playing with my, the mic stick right here. Look at this beautiful face on the camera. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. I think it makes total sense to me.
But are you reassessing your work-life balance?
No, I think it's very interesting you say that. When we were doing everything from home, it felt to me that,
Yeah, I didn't like
wasn't
the
kind of doing my job.
No.
I'll be very honest with you.
And it was harder work, wasn't it?
It was
We didn't
first of
like
all,
it.
it was harder work. And not only that, it was just, there's a feel to the studio. There's a feel of
Yeah.
seeing people, seeing things. And
There's a live vibe.
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
although the show was, still live, but you feel that, it's still...
Yeah, it didn't
it's
feel...
not the same. Yeah.
Because there was no audience interaction. I
Yeah.
couldn't see you. You were through a screen.
I just think that this maybe case or study is depending on people who still work from home. Until now, there are people working from home because of the situation.
Wow, it blows my mind, that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And maybe, obviously, when you work from home, you're kind of more free, but you're still kind of getting paid at the end of the month, right? So if
Yeah.
that's their situation, this is the assessing part. I think this is what they're getting assessed with.
Yeah.
So if you're still working from home and your salary wasn't cut, then you
Amazing.
should really be like, wow, thankful. And,
Happy days.
And you go like, wow, can we really always do that forever?
Well, I have to say, I did save on petrol. I saved
right.
on, there's
Yeah.
lots of things. There was no wear and tear on the car.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
getting ready in the same way for work.
Yeah.
There were days when you and I did the show and I was still in my pajamas.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
everybody
lie.
was like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hear
And
you.
so there was a different kind of pace to the whole thing. But I don't know. I like being in the studio. I like...
Oh, it's just when you assess your work, how do you do that in terms of assessing the work, right? You assess your work because of many things, many factors go into it. One, you're not happy at where you are, whether it's emotionally or financially, right?
Right.
Second of all, the environment that you work with is toxic, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
something a lot of people also, talk
Yeah,
about.
I've had one of those jobs here.
So when you assess, you gotta put all these into kind of consideration and see, okay, you know what? Now is the time for me. But I think with the pandemic, it has pushed us all to see, wow, first of all, blessings that we have a job.
Yes.
Like that highlights.
That's the first thing.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is more like okay, can I work like this for like the rest of my life, working from
and
home?
that would be my worst nightmare, but I can understand why other people,
Yeah.
because I enjoy coming in here. But it's funny you talking about a toxic environment because it can really
messes you
hinder
up.
how it messes you up, doesn't it? And I
It's a
have had a
fact.
job here in the UAE
It's a
that was
fact.
like that, and I hated it.
It happens everywhere, though. Like, you're right. It happens everywhere in the world. But this is where you notice that, if you're living in a toxic environment or working in a toxic environment, it's time to step out. And even if you can't take it anymore, step out. God will will
take care of
facilitate,
you.
the other thing. Because you living there...
It's frightening, though, without a job,
Of course.
Has, you just can't.
Of course.
And it's not until you have a job like this, and I don't say this with any agenda, it's not until you have a job like this, and I've stayed in it for 2.5 years because I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I love it.
We're making impact. I think we're making history right here. So this is also an added value to the whole situation.
Yeah.
It's Sharjah's first and only English radio station. We are a window to Sharjah, which is the cultural capital of the UAE.
Yeah.
And I think it's diverse. So the Zubda is, if you are having a job and you're having your salary, just, thank God and be blessed, because so many people don't have that right now.
No,
and I think it's a really, really, it's a good point to discuss.
Yep.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
And we're live through till 8 o'clock across the UAE. Nice having you with us this evening. Lots coming up in this next hour to argue about.
Really, Anna? Like what?
There's loads. We're
Tell
going
me.
to talk about, today in the press trending, 20 people have shared what they learned after 6 months of living with a pandemic. And I thought, this is quite interesting. Because when I was reading it, my answers were simple, but then I saw some of the answers of these 20 people, and it was like a cross-cultural thing of people from different walks of life, different careers, different jobs, different backgrounds. And they were very deep about it. And I thought I'd ask you, what have you learned?
Thank you so much for asking me about deep situations. That means a lot to me, Anna Schofield.
No, not a deep situation, just what have you learned through 6 months of pandemic? You don't have to answer now. It's coming up in the show.
Hey, people are watching on YouTube, man. You guys
He
saw
got the
that?
hand.
You see what I have to deal with on YouTube? There's a couple of people watching on YouTube. I saw him, like, hey.
It's just a visual cue to stop.
It's all good.
That's all.
We're also going to be talking about the 2020 Sharjah International Book Fair. Guess what? It's going to go ahead with a little bit of restrictions.
It's going to
but
be restrictions.
Just in is sold out. Really amazing. We'll tell you more
It's really
about it.
crazy. And new search... speak for a living much? Apparently so. New research has been revealed.
This is the Warak Anab, I'm telling you. It is the Amana Duri
Is
vibe.
it? Yes.
We
This
had
is
it.
Al Duri.
We should have
You
had
have
it. We
broken
should have
me.
had it at the end of the show.
It has. It's taken me down. I need a rest. But this new research is talking about what is the most popular capital city in the world now to travel. What's
Come on.
the most booked destination?
London or London.
No, it's not. You see, because it's riddled in COVID-19. It's all changed.
Do you know the capital? Do you know
Yeah.
which letter? Real quick.
B.
Starts with B. Brussels.
Bristles.
Brussels.
Hang on. A broom has bristles.
Brussels.
Brussels. As in Belgium.
Belgium. That's not the capital. Is it the capital? I'm going crazy.
Don't ask me. I'm geographically challenged.
We're very
Anyway,
good
no,
at
it's
this.
not that.
Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, tell me which shirt I'm wearing.
I think it's
Don't.
L, actually, not B.
Nice. L. Oh, wow. Okay, great. Which shirt I'm wearing right now? If you're watching on YouTube, let us know. Which shirt am I wearing? And who's your favorite? Only people who are watching on YouTube, which shirt I'm wearing and
I
who's
thought you
your
meant
favorite?
between me and you.
Yeah.
I thought, not this again.
I mean, that's okay, fam. I'm the
I
favorite.
don't do that.
90% people says that. We
That
already
was not
discussed it.
90%.
95%.
No, it wasn't.
Let's do this again. You want to do this?
No,
I
I
can go
don't.
on. We can...
I would never be so ill-mannered as to pose that question.
Ill-mannered. Okay, we're going to play a really amazing song, Anna, and this is kind of historic in a way. That's really
historic.
cool.
Okay.
I mean, Danny Neville, an amazing DJ producer right here.
Yep.
He's teamed up with T-Pain and Happy. This song, interesting part, talking about TikTok, right? This song has crossed 59 million times that people have used this song on TikTok.
Nice one, Danny.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Nicely
59
done.
million. This is from the UAE to the world. T-Pain, of course.
Yep.
And Happy. This is a really cool song, really vibey song. Check it out. Yo. T-Pain, Danny Neville, Happy. The song is called Next Day. Let's go.
We got so much time, just please stop, and unwind. Friends can peace out, cause you're mine. I got everything that you need. I don't wanna leave now. I'm stuck and you're stuck with me now. You won't get enough of me now. Getting loose, girl, I can show you how. Don't worry, I know the owner, we can get alone time. What's your hurry? I got plans on being here a long time. If we stay here till the morning, might as well stay till tomorrow. The next day, so let's stay and let's play. I bet you can keep going. Can't wait to and let's play, yeah. Hours on hours. Don't change that vibe that you give me, yeah. Same damn time, girl, come with me, yeah. Right in the line, girl, you fit me, yeah, 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 yeah. I like that, bring it right back, yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, I'm telling you, don't worry. I know the owner, we can get alone time. What's your hurry? I got plans on being here a long time. If we stay here till the morning, might as well stay till tomorrow. The next day, so let's stay and let's play. I bet you can keep going, can't wait to see what follows. The next day, so let's stay and let's play.
Everyone hold you till the sunset. Cause you're so fine, you're not even have to undress. Baby, let me be your soldier when them come test. I can even be your monster like the Loch Ness. Cause I'm crazy, crazy for you. The way you move your body like that. Never met a thing who could love me like that. Let me buy your ring, girl, I'm coming right back. Said I'm coming right back. Oh, you love the way the music turn up. And you know watch the temperature, your body burn up. Oh, cause your girl down on a furnace. When you look me pa me, I'm screaming murder, yeah. You're too sweet, my señorita. My baby, please be my diva. Past 8, we started talking. And we be going till 6 in the morning.
Don't worry, I know the owner, we can get alone time. What's your hurry? I got plans on being here a long time. If we stay here till the morning, might as well stay till tomorrow. The next day, so let's stay and let's play. I bet you can keep going, can't wait to see what follows. The next day, so let's stay and let's play. We stay here till the morning, might as well stay till tomorrow. The next day, so let's stay and let's play. I bet you can keep going, can't wait to see what follows. The next day, so let's stay and let's play.
It's Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Hass.
And we're live across the UAE through till 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us, Anna and Hass. I want to talk about... I want to talk about
Anna
20
Schofield.
leading... Well, you lead me into these situations. I'm far too relaxed with you these days. Right.
By the way, guys, just a quick update. Anna Schofield is an icon.
Uh-huh.
Right, remember Anna? Remember when you were left me alone for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Remember those periods?
Well, yeah.
I never left you for 3 weeks, just for you to know. Never left.
Wow.
3 weeks, no.
You
I got
did. You
sick.
did during Ramadan.
I got sick.
You left me
I was
for
gonna
3
die.
weeks.
Like, you know.
Okay, you're pulling out the death card. There's no need for that. I didn't
Yeah.
leave you for 3 weeks. I
3
left
weeks.
you for 2.
2 weeks and a half.
No.
It is.
It was 2 weeks and
check
1
the books.
day.
Check the books, fam.
It was 2 weeks and 1 day when I flew back. But listen,
How did it go? How did this go south? I'm saying you're an icon.
because I know, but this is not what.
And by the way, you guys, go subscribe to her Instagram. She just posted a very funny video of me kind of scaring her. And she said that's how I work with this guy. Anna Schofield, very Googleable and Instagrammable. Let's talk Sharjah.
One end. No, we're talking about 20
One
leading
end.
figures sharing what they've learned after 6 months of living with the pandemic.
Oh, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk
That's what
about
we just said we were going to talk about like
Okay, nice.
20 seconds ago.
Okay.
Okay, stay with me, Hass.
Let's go.
Don't divert.
I'm with you.
Just stay looking forward, don't
Okay,
turn left or
okay,
right.
okay.
Okay, so they surveyed all these people and they talked to them. Restaurant owners, government officials, Hass, stay with me, fashion designers, musicians, artists, all affected by COVID-19 pandemic. And they asked them, what have you learned from the 6 months of living with this?
What's the answer?
Well, there's no one answer.
Yeah,
obviously.
different answers.
But different answers. One said, I learned how fragile we are as human beings.
Oh,
We have learnt to identify what's valuable in our lives.
Nice.
That would be me.
Yeah.
A chief curator, female. I look back with a mixture of emotions. She said she looks back on the mass of incredulity incredulous.
That I know.
Not accepting the reality of what was happening, being stunned as the first few weeks of remote working kind of kicked in, like an extended snow day, which is really funny. Someone else said, the Assistant Minister for Culture said, COVID has taught me the importance of staying still, the value of not traveling.
I love that. Big up to that.
Yeah.
Staying still. How big is that?
Still.
It's okay to stay still. It's okay not to do anything. Just stay still.
You can be still.
And you can be still, and you guess what? Survive. I think, this is very interesting. Is there anything else?
This one. The past 6 months have been quite the journey from the couch to the kitchen to the bathroom
That's funny.
and back again.
Wow.
But it's true though, isn't it?
That's very realistic.
I mean, that's what we were all doing, shuffling backwards and forwards, like from one room to another.
I mean, look, with the restrictions now being open and you see the traffic a little bit by little bit, obviously there's no school yet, so it'll be very interesting to see September come and how people are going to go back to school or not school.
Yeah.
You still got to go. I mean, people are going back to the malls little bit by little bit.
Yeah.
But again, the whole point, even if you go to malls, you'll see stickers on the ground, social distancing.
Yeah. You got to wear the mask.
Temperature, the mask.
Yeah.
You have to go back to life.
Yeah.
But these are very, very good lessons. I just have one hope. I hope that in the next kind of few years that we don't forget these lessons. Like, when COVID-19 is buried and gone,
we will
whatever
in a
it
few
is.
years. We will.
I hope we don't.
We will.
Because I think the staying still, the realizing what you just said about what you had and be thankful for what you have. Rather than what you
for
have.
me, it was the small things, appreciating the small things. Like coming back to work with you in the studio, I loved. Going out to dinner for the first time after not being allowed to for 3 months.
Yeah.
That was really exciting to me. What would yours be? Mine is definitely.
It's tricky. It's
the
all
small
over.
things.
It's all. I think the fact that it's okay to be not okay.
Yeah.
I think I've been saying that. I learned this a lot during this pandemic. And as we're approaching the Blessed Prayer from Maghrib, it's really, I think.
Because we're not okay.
It's okay to be not okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to address that and be kind of okay with that.
Yeah. No, agreed.
So if you're not doing okay, it's all good. It's all part of this, your path.
Yeah.
And, again, we're not doctors or we're not like, therapists or whatever, but we're human beings this is something that we, kind of believe.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
SMS Pulse 95.
We want to hear from you. 4215 anytime.
You need to take your medicine.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
did.
So we
Okay.
turn that alarm off.
We did. It's good to have an alarm, This doesn't make sense for the kind of news we're going to talk about. So I'm going
All
to
right.
shift it up a little bit like this.
Yeah. Why was Bare Necessities playing for the Sharjah International Book Fair?
Because it's fun, right? So
Okay.
it's a fun thing. But you're right, Anna. Sharjah Book Fair, a hit months before it starts. That's the headline. I love
Amazing.
that. Close it to the mic, please. I like that. Close it to the
Okay.
mic. Yeah. That's it. This is like the Wall Street kind of thing. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's use this
Okay.
for like the news,
For the news.
or like, if we want to talk to each other, like it's my turn.
Oh, I love that. Like a
Right?
buzzer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting it in the middle. It's actually a real
here.
hotel reception bell.
Okay, it's my turn.
Oh.
Entire exhibition space.
And what you'll find is, I think, that
Thousands of public. Imagine we'll ruin the listenership.
this could
Yeah.
run and run, though. This is great.
That'd be funny. But on a serious note, the entire exhibition space, Anna, at the Sharjah Expo for the event scheduled for November
Yeah.
is already sold out. Get that.
No,
It's
Too
true.
much fun.
Thousands of publishers, Anna, have lined up for the 2020 edition of Sharjah International Book Fair with the entire exhibitor space sold out months before, obviously, the event. The organizers have announced. The Sharjah Book Authority, the SBA, on Tuesday has actually said that the entire 14,625 square meter exhibitor space at the Sharjah Expo have been sold out with thousands of purchasers from across the world.
Purchasers.
Purchasers? Yes, purchases.
Purchasers.
Yeah, purchase. Oh,
No.
nice.
No. I had to stop you. My turn. Because what I want to say is,
That's right.
Last year, obviously, we were there live, and we covered the whole. And it was absolutely unbelievable.
It was.
It was staggering. And what I learned is that how many years has it been going for? What there must be. It's been quite a few, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like 38 years now.
Right, and in that time, it has just grown and grown and grown until now it fills the whole expo centre. You can't get
Exactly.
a parking space, it's just rammed.
Truth, and this is what the chairman of the SBA Sharjah Book Authority said, Mr. Ahmed bin Al-Amri. He said that for the past 38 years, we've been actually promoting knowledge and culture by hosting the Sharjah International Book Fair. You know, and again, it's the vision and directiveness of His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Qasim, Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah. So it is a major event on a global level. You've been there. We've had the pleasure to interview, you know, one of my highlights, with Ibtihaj Muhammad. Sadly, you weren't there that day.
I wasn't there.
You had an emergency. I remember that day, but it was it was a great day. He's saying that it's heartening to receive such strong industry support. There's so much support from the industry.
Well, it's one of the biggest now.
100%. And
She says proudly.
of course, due to the COVID-19, there's going to be a lot of restrictions, a lot of things for the safety that's going to be obviously announced, soon.
Won't it be nice if we can go live? I mean, obviously it's unconfirmed at the moment, but if we can go live again, that would be so exciting.
That would be. We loved it. We loved it. We had a booth, and it was like the whole Sharjah Broadcast Authority. We're there. Pulse 95. We're there. And it was really interesting because and we all know about the photography exhibition is being obviously also postponed to next year. But that was the COVID-19 has changed a lot and it impacted a lot. But guess what? Not the book fair. Which is kind of interesting.
It's still there. It's still going.
Still there. We're gonna be right back after those headlines. Keep it locked.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
And it's Yalla Home, and we're live till 8, so we have another 15 minutes. Hope your evening's going well. Hope your driving's going well if you're in the car.
Hello wallah.
Hello wallah.
Say hello wallah.
Hello wallah.
How is that wara anab doing? It's good? You feeling
How's
good?
the
Wara anab.
Ah, yeah. No, I'm feeling good. That filled me up. It was
like,
quite filling, wasn't it?
Plus 3-4 pieces.
Yeah.
It's done. It's
I had 5.5.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Done.
I was then going, wow.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
let's talk about what we want to talk about.
Nice, hon.
Nice,
You covered well.
Yeah.
There's new research out. I love a bit of new research. It's revealed that this particular capital city is the most booked destination in Europe now. Okay. Now, obviously, Europe is rebounding as the rest of the world is. Last year,
not London.
at this time, it was London.
Oh.
London was the place that everyone wanted to go to.
London. بالعربي London.
Lundy. You say Lundy, don't you? Don't you?
Not Lundy.
Lundy.
We say الجو لندني.
Yeah, see, Londony. There
The
we
weather
go.
is Londony.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, which means it's freezing. Anyway, things have obviously changed. London is not there. New research into flight booking data from the first 2 weeks. Stop it. Honestly, who put cameras on for Haas? So the first 2 weeks of June, and this survey is done by the World Travel and Tourism Council,
Nice.
the WTTC. Look at me.
I know
Look
the
at me.
WTTC. They're
Such
my
a
friends.
man.
I can just go.
Come here.
Let's address this tomorrow, this thing. I heard it twice now. I'm not going to make this pass.
Okay.
What do you mean? We don't look at people like as men?
No, when you do that thing where you don't look at us ladies while we're talking.
always look at you.
Don't make me throw a shoe like your wife. I will drop a shoe on you.
She doesn't throw the shoe. She's thrown this one. She's listening. Baby, I didn't tell her about that situation. I would tell her about when I'm holding my phone.
He's brilliant
And then
at
she
that.
comes in and she does like this whole thing and she knocks it out.
I
It's so
love
funny.
her for that.
I love it that.
But I also like the fact that she locks and loads a shoe and wheels it at you. Okay. Back to the story. I'm trying hard here.
Okay.
So basically, they've done this thing. Now, which city do you think it is? We're talking about Europe. It used to be London. No, Googling.
No, nothing.
Wait,
no,
you're
Google. I'm not touching.
Well, you got Google up, so that
No.
looks like you're touching to me. It was touching.
No.
You touched the mouse. You touched the. Come away. Come
Okay.
away.
Koi?
Come away.
Okay.
Right. Come on.
Okay, I
Round
like
one.
that.
Right. Which city?
Round one. Which city? طيب. Can you give me a hint? Any hint?
L. Yeah.
Lausanne.
No. Where's that?
It's a capital. It's a European capital. Is it a capital or a
I
city?
don't know if it's a capital.
See? How can I know if you don't know, Anna Schofield? It's not fair like this.
It loitered at number 9 last year,
It what? As if I know what's last
and
year.
now it's gone to the top of the list in 2020.
Okay. I'm going to give
Paris
it a
is
shot.
second, and Amsterdam is third.
Okay.
London's at the bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah, it's after
Okay.
Vienna. It's after Barcelona.
I was going to say Vienna.
No.
Wow.
One more guess.
Why one more? I did only one.
Oh, do you want more guesses?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have three
I got
more
three.
guesses.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Thanks. Very nice.
Okay.
Okay. So it's definitely not Barcelona. I'm just saying. It's
No,
not
because it begins with an L and Barcelona
L.
obviously begins
Of
with
course.
a B.
Yeah. L. Luxembourg.
No,
No, that was close though.
it was. Well, no, not close in geography necessarily.
Ah. Okay, 4215 Etisat and do help me out. She says no Google, but I have access to my thingy. Okay, let's see. Ooh, interesting. Something is making me nervous. Just want to say the camera situation. This is moving on its own.
I
So
know.
Gabby, if you're really controlling this,
Yeah.
this is really scary, man. I'm just saying.
They all move round randomly at you, and you're aware that people are watching.
And you know
Come
you
on.
can hear the sound.
Right, come on.
Okay, let's see.
You got two more guesses.
Two more guesses.
And we're only
sorry.
on till 8, so you need to move along.
Give me a hint. Just give me a hint. Is it a sports city? Is it known in sports?
No.
No idea. No idea. I can't.
It surged to the top of the 2020 list ahead of Paris and Amsterdam.
No idea.
No idea, nothing?
No idea. Nothing.
Okay, ready?
Lima. Lund in Sweden.
Oh, no. Good guess, though.
Oh.
No. Lisbon.
Lisbon. I was close.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
When? You
Lisbon
weren't
in
close.
Portugal.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Don't mess me up.
Don't look. I am geographically challenged.
Lisbon, yeah.
I get lost in my own
Yo,
kitchen.
now
so
I can
do
use
not.
Google
You
so that
can
we don't.
Google it
yeah.
now. Yeah, you
Lisbon.
can get on there.
Wow. Yeah.
And they're saying it's just shot to the top. Everyone wants to go there.
Really?
Lots of this is to do with the fact that it's safe. International travel
Yeah,
now has to be
capital of
safe.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Good.
Portugal.
Wow, Portuguese. Nice. I love Portugal. Yo, this is not fair. I mean, they had Luis Figo, one of the top footballers of all time. If you said that, I would have figured it out.
Ah.
That's not fair.
But I didn't know that fact.
Yeah,
so
no.
I would need to know that in order to have given you that hint.
Oh, man,
it's
man.
just interesting
It
because
is.
Lisbon is now, top of the polls.
Yeah.
Who knew?
And that's amazing. Let us know, ladies and gentlemen, where and how and what and I don't know what. And blessings to
just
Pete.
let us know.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. We've approached the end of the show, and we want to wish everybody blessings and peace. So Lisbon apparently is the place to be after COVID.
That's the safe one at the moment. Well, that's where everybody's booking flights
Okay.
to. So if you want to go,
Statistically
yeah, it's number one for 2020, the place to visit. So we'll,
This is nice. Okay, guys, you can see this if you're watching the YouTube right now. Look.
yeah. When you regret
Show over.
buying something. I should never have let you loose on the hotel bell.
Yeah, 100%. But peace and blessings, you guys. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Thursday.
Oh, it's a Thursday show. We love the Thursday show. For the Music Greats tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Spiller. Groove
Nice.
Jet.
Groove Jet.
You remember that?
Of course.
Okay.
You said another song earlier, but it's okay.
No.
Yeah.
Groove Jet, Spiller.
Featuring...
Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
that one.
That one.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
Great. You know what? It's your turn to tell us bye. No, I'm not going to say bye today. I'm giving you this challenge. Let's see the difference.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wow. That's nicely said.
And then
It's
you
very
say
classy.
bye-bye.
Yeah. And I say bye-bye.
Salam.